That's very much more clear. For some reason.
You sure?
Is that is it the other channel or the same channel, different phone?
Different phone. I've got my ear pod in. Can you guys hear me? Is it better? Give me a thumbs up. Let me put both of them in. If they're both in, I think the sound is completely better.
That's way better. That's so much better.
It can't be that. Is that better?
This, yes.
Okay, does that sound better now?
For me, it does.
You're not even watching it.
Yes, I am. It's at the bottom of my screen.
Yeah, but you're not watching the comments.
I can still hear it and everything. Everyone's saying, yep, yes, thumbs up. Everyone's saying, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not on the highway yet. That's what they were complaining about.
It was still terrible even when you weren't on the highway.
Are you sure? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Everybody okay?
Everyone's saying, yeah.
Well, somebody I was pulling out of or pulling into Love's
Someone slammed right into me.
almost slammed right into me. Wasn't watching it. He was on his phone.
Nowadays, that's all people ever do.
That was close too. He literally, I could have had a front end collision.
But you love this car too.
That'd be terrible. Oh my gosh. So there's a lot of things coming out over the next couple months. We have decided that we are not going the route of the enthusiast. We have decided to stay focused on the novice and the intermediate racer that just likes to have fun. And we are going to stay away. We're going to carry different tires, but we're not focused on the enthusiast, okay? That we're not going to do. We're going to focus on the novice, the new person that got into it, that loves it, that just wants to have fun. You know, that's really what it's all about. It's a toy. Now, some people like, the high end. I get it. I understand. But I did not have, honestly, I did not have a great, matter of fact, I had a terrible phone call with TFX. That did not go well. And I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying it's my fault and his fault. We're both to blame, because I honestly think that all these other TFX, Viper, all these other companies that are making these chassis, they just think that there's a niche and that's it. It's never going to get any bigger. And man, I differ big time. Big time. I differ. Boy, do I. If I ever want to sit high in my chair on a Mini Cooper, that's not a good idea for me. I can lower the seat a little bit, but I mean, to me, it's comfortable. I've always been comfortable in the Mini Cooper. I've driven to Vegas 5 times in this thing. I've never driven to Florida in it, though, that's for sure.
You never drove me to Florida, besides the time we went to Disney World.
Well, now we're in Cincinnati. The Metroplex of Cincinnati. Well, actually, Ohio has 3 super cities. Toledo is not part of that super city. It basically has Cleveland, and then Cleveland kind of absorbed, but there's still a lot of open land around Cleveland. And then you have your next super city, which is Columbus, and then Cincinnati. You have to call my other phone. If you want to talk to me on my other phone, you can do that, but I cannot talk on this phone because this is the live stream. All right? So if you want to call me on my other phone or text me on my other phone, you can, and that is 419-522-1766. And you can text me and voicemail me on that phone. That's 419-522-1766. Okay? All righty. So as long as I'm doing a live stream on my yellow phone, that's my primary phone, I cannot be answering phones. Oh my gosh. Well, we should get the Firebirds today. They were shipped last week, last Friday, actually Thursday, because I wired the money to them on Friday. Come on, people. I give up. Well, I didn't even get a 0.5% of a 0.5%. Am I still live? No. No, pull it up. You can't, Derek, you cannot text that phone because I can't read them. You have to text my other phone, 419-522-1766. They don't listen. They literally don't listen. I don't know what to do anymore. So, we got a lot of things happening over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be doing some new, we're going to do some new formats on live streams. There's just a lot of changes that are going to happen over the next couple months. You got 4 lanes here, and they're all backed up. Go figure. Well, we've got there's a lot of people that are beginning to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So you can't bid unless you're a subscriber or you're subscribed to YouTube. You can't actually physically bid. And we're getting more and more people that are doing that. Yippee-I-O. We're coming up to Trader's World.
Can we go in there?
They're not open today. Saturday and Sunday. You know, that's one car that they never... I was watching Fitzwilly, okay, with Dick Van Dyke. And in that movie, Dick Van Dyke is driving, I think it's a 65 Thunderbird. It was probably one of the nicest Thunderbirds. It was very sleek. And I'm thinking, man, that'd be a great either extraction or Thunderjet chassis car. I think it's the 65 Thunderbird. I'm pretty sure. Either that or it's a 67 or 68 Thunderbird. Just beautiful. They were just beautiful. All those Thunderbirds in the 60s were really nice looking cars. It's funny about the Thunderbird. So your first Thunderbird was a very small. It was supposed to compete with the Corvette in the same size, but then you have the Thunderbird of 62 or 60, which was huge. Nice looking car, but you know, you started off to be a very small 2-seater, and now you've got this other car that's, you know, a full sedan in a sense. I still think a Thunderbird, more Thunderbirds. Those are nice cars. Okay, so let me tell you the story for people that are new and don't know what's going on. So when I was in high school, my sister Karen was a babysitter to a doctor, and she went to college or left, and so I started babysitting for the Wearies, Julie Weary, and I can't remember what doctor, I just call him Dr. Weary. I did a lot of odd jobs for them. I cleaned their pool. I just did a lot of odd jobs. And I babysitted their boys. They had Kevin, Stephen, and Bryan Weary. Stephen is the oldest. Kevin is the youngest, and Bryan was the middle child. When I went into boot camp, Steve's dad, the doctor, he fell in the garage at his practice. He hit his head and died. It was really weird. They said it was a really weird accident. I was in the Navy at the time, and somebody called when we had a break time. Anyways, so back in 1985 or 84, before I got married, I took Steve and Reggie, one of the kids at church. We went around the country, about 10,000 miles in about 30 days. We went all over the country, Mount Rushmore, Yosemite Sam's, Yellowstone. I mean, everywhere. We went everywhere.
I'm sure it wasn't everywhere.
Oh, it was a lot. Let's put it that way. And Bryan was always in the trouble. He was always in trouble. And so when I opened up Young's Newsstand, Bryan got out of jail, and he stayed with us for a while. And no, that was Steve. And he finally got his life corrected about 10, 15 years ago. He got married, had 2 kids. He's just been, a very free-going guy. You know what I'm saying? And Steve called me last week and told me that Bryan has liver cancer. And he literally told me that he only's got weeks to live. And it's going to be hard for me when I go down there, because Steve says that he's very thin. Now, Bryan's always been not a muscular guy, but he's always been physically fit. He just, in his younger years, the problem is but he's come to the Lord. He got baptized a couple of years ago. He's, sometimes we go off on the wrong path, and sometimes we just have to. This life is really nothing. It's just a bridge to something greater. It really is. I mean, we think that this is all there is, and you know, it's too big and vast for that. And so I'm going down to really cheer him up, really. And so I'm just going down there to be a mentor and tell him I love him. I want to give him a big hug and a kiss and let him know that this is just a journey that we're on. Sometimes we don't know why we have to go on these journeys, but we do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going down to be with him and console him, and you know, that's what I'm doing. I had to do it now. I was going to go next week, but Steve told me on Christmas Eve, he went to go see him on Christmas Eve, and he said, you better come down now. It's funny about life. It's funny about life. James 4:14 probably says it best. If you want to get your Bibles out and go to James 4:14, for as you know not what will be on tomorrow, for your life is but a vapor. It appears for a little time and then vanishes away. That's King James Version. We don't talk like that anymore. I don't say morrow, I say tomorrow. For your life is brief, James 4:14. Whereas you know not what will be tomorrow. For your life is but a vapor. It appears for a little time and then vanishes away. That's really all it is. You know, I mean, it's quite amazing, actually. I have no idea why I'm behind this person. There is nobody in front of him. Now he speeds up. I love people that do that. When you pull over to pass them, they decide to speed up. I really have no respect for somebody like that when they're driving. I really don't. It really bothers me that they do that intentionally, okay? I mean, give me a break. So that's why I'm going down. Where's my Kevin's about 45. Which is way too young to die. Steven's about 55.
How old's Kevin?
I mean Bryan. Bryan's about 45. Kevin's about 40.
He's still younger than you. Well, Max playing with Larry. But then he gives him a little hug.
They're not doing that now, are they?
Huh?
That's not live, is it?
Oh, it is live. It is live. I just paused so I could see the video. For some reason.
Bryan's been good with his hands, building things. He's been an outdoor worker a lot. I cannot read your text messages if you're texting me something. Okay, let me make everything very clear to everybody because I don't think people understand. I am using my main phone. So when you're sending me texts or you're calling me, I can't read them. Just so you know, Adam, Derek, Snuggles, everybody else out there in La La Land. It's rainy.
We're stuck in traffic, aren't we?
We are stuck in traffic. Same place for the last 10 years. This is my bat phone. 419-522-1766. So if you want to call, hey Arbuckle, my buddy Arbuckle.
Oh, Arbuckle.
I'm not in La La Land. You are. Poor Arbuckle. Poor Arbuckle. I feel sorry for Arbuckle. You know why I feel sorry for Arbuckle? You know why I feel sorry for Arbuckle? Here, close that up.
Well, I like to eat, okay? So I'm big.
Somebody says that Arbuckle is going to do a live stream.
I'm still a whole 2 minutes back. I wasn't caught up with the live stream. Arbuckle's doing it now too.
Adam, he's an
good
idiot.
Snacks, good. It's just noodles.
It's just noodles. These are very healthy.
Give me that.
These are very healthy. Matter of fact, everything that I eat is healthy. And Arbuckle, see, Arbuckle has
It actually has more grams in protein than sugars.
I know.
There's no
Arbuckle, I think Arbuckle is my age, I think. Arbuckle, how old are you, Arbuckle? Are you my age or are you a little older?
There's 2.5 cups of noodles.
Huh? I think Arbuckle's 68. I think. Or 60. I don't know if I thought he was 68. Maybe he's younger than me. I'm not in La La Land. You are. Oh my God. Oh, they're always working on. I tell you, they're always working on this road. They've never, and these people, they just don't stay in their lane. They just don't. They never have finished this. I find this so funny. So anyways, Arbuckle, he must have been a wild guy when he was young. Like, you know, in his 20s. Your 20s is where your wild oats are sown. I unfortunately was in the Navy in those years. Between 20 and 26, I was in the Navy. Or 28. No, 29. Well, I got out in 87. Christmas of 87. I was in all of 87, and I got out of it in 87. December of 87. So I went in 78. That was about 10 years. I was in about 10 years. Don't get those all over the place, or I'm going to Jap slap you. No, I am.
You won't.
I will Jap slap you, okay?
You will not.
I will Jap slap you, okay?
I'm going to your car. I get to Jap slap you if I drop it.
I hope you brought your regular shoes.
Oh, I did. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Ow! What was that for?
Does anybody know how, look at this. They're always doing construction. Unbelievable. Never fails.
Yeah.
I think Arbuckle is either younger than me or older than me by a couple years. But Arbuckle, see, he lived in Texas all his life, and so that's a rough he's a rough Texan. All right. And what people don't understand is about Texas. Is that back in the 60s, Texas was a real Democrat state. But it was a different Democrat. It was called a Texas Democrat that, you know, loved the country. And those Democrats are gone. And Arbuckle is one of those patriot Democrats. And he's a hardcore Texan. You know what I'm saying? All right, now we're going to get into Kentucky. We're about 5 miles from Kentucky. 5 miles to Kentucky. Ah, that felt good. Might not smell too good, but at least it felt good.
Please stop.
Was that pretty good?
No, it wasn't. It stinks too.
Then don't do it to me then.
When have I ever done it to you?
So I found out something about my health that's going to shock a lot of people. All right, especially Arbuckle. Arbuckle, I don't think is going to be able to handle this. So I found out that my body is in, other than about 40 pounds that I should shed, I'm about 40 pounds overweight, okay? But other than that, I'm in prime physical shape. Prime physical shape. Not just okay, prime physical shape. And that is because of my diet, all right? It's called a seafood diet. Whatever I see, I eat it. Get it? Seafood diet?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't get it.
I know you didn't. I always kidded my mom. I said, Mom, what, your seafood diet's not working very good. Because whatever she saw, she ate.
Get it? See?
Seafood diet, like in sea, not in seafood. A seafood diet is healthy for you. But Arbuckle, for some reason, and I appreciate Arbuckle, he really does have the best, intent. Because he's always telling me that, oh, that's not good, or this isn't good, or that's not good. And I always let Arbuckle know that he is very, 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 very loved. Look at that, a factory. All these factories that are downtown Cincinnati. Do you realize how much was made in Cincinnati back in the 50s, 60s? You know that Kenner was all made here in Cincinnati? All these empty factories, all of them right here. Just, it's sad. It is just sad how we gave away all of our manufacturing to the Chinese. That's one thing I don't believe, that they can do anything better than we can. Because frankly, they can't. There is not one thing the Chinese can do better than we can. Now, that's not saying that I don't have faith in the Chinese. I'll tell you, Chinese, they're great. It's just their communist country is a joke. Look at all these empty factories. All these empty factories. Look at that house. It almost looks like it's going to fall over. My gosh, that's weird looking. That's right. That's right, that's right, Arbuckle. But let me tell you something. I've had problems with my teeth ever since I was 10. Okay? And even in the Navy. Oh my gosh. Bad Novocaine, just bad. I think sometimes you just have bad teeth. They just, now, that could be my excuse, but your teeth are that's just an extension. You can replace those. I thought getting this denture was going to be, I don't even know about it. I don't even care sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's just a part of me, It's not like I'm going to lose anything over it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would know that I have a denture unless I take it out and show you. You know what I mean? Arbuckle. But Arbuckle, I'd like to know how he came up with the name Arbuckle. Because it's R and then Arbuckle. That's what I don't. It's got the letter R and then Arbuckle. How does that make any sense? Some of these names that you guys have tagged to yourself, you know, like the original Ad Hurt, Snuggles. Where would somebody come up with the name Snuggles? Unless he's delusional. All right, we need to get into the right lane so we can get on 75 South. 75 South. 75 South. All these businesses that were in Cincinnati. You know, Cincinnati, it's a funny how this country, we forget a lot of things about this country, but Cincinnati was a manufacturing hub during all of the 1900s, 1901 all the way till about 1970. It was a manufacturing hub. Kenner, Procter and Gamble, I mean, everything came out of Cincinnati. Just a manufacturing mega horse. And where did it all go? Where did it all go? Where did it all go? China. I mean, I don't see how any of this helped us as a country. It got a lot of politicians rich by selling our country out to the Chinese. And my prediction, which I know a lot of people think that I'm crazy, all that could come back in less than 4 years. Now Arbuckle would say, and I'm picking out Arbuckle because sometimes we disagree on certain things. And, you know, when I say a statement like, that's funny, Arbuckle. What people don't understand is how much we became a powerhouse in World War II in less than 2 years. Now people say, well, we can't do that now anymore. It would. I'm going to say this for the last time. If you're watching this live stream, if you want to call me, you have to call me on this phone, Derek. This phone. And that phone number is 419-522-1766. Okay, Derek? Hey, Derek's wife, if you're watching this live stream with Derek, smack him on the back of the head and say, Derek, call him on his other phone, you idiot. Okay? Derek's wife, please do that for me. Thank you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. No, I truly believe that in 4 years, we can have everything back in America. There's no reason why half of this crap that we buy can't be made in America. All furniture can be made here in America. Half these cell phones can be made in America. 90% of what we buy can be made in America. All the tools, Are you kidding? Stanley was based on America. It all could be made here. It doesn't make any sense. We just have to have the will to do it. That's what we have to have, is the will. All right, so you did all that and you screwed this up for me. Thank you very much. I don't think people know how to drive. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't. It's funny, this is the worst designed road, this section right here of traffic. People are trying to jockey left and right. Just stupid. Just stupid. Say, Arbuckle, Bryan, afraid to visit any more doctors or he'll be more than teeth that he'll be gone. Arbuckle, you don't understand. Let me make this very clear, Arbuckle. Now, I will admit that this morning I was a little dizzy. But right now, according to what I've been told, that I am physically as healthy as a 5-year-old. That's what I've been told. That I'm as healthy as a 5-year-old, okay? And that the only thing I could do is to lose about 50 pounds. But then I'm thinking, why do I want to lose the 50? Because then I'll have to find it again. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Why did you do that? I swear I don't think people know what they're doing. 40, now 50. Well, it could be 60. Well, first of all, you don't want to know what I looked like when I was 155, okay? Because when I got married with Kathy, I was 155 pounds. And I dropped down to 120 because I got mono. So if you want to see what I really looked like when I was bones, that's 155. I mean, I was just bony as anything. $220 is fine. If I could be 220, I would be happy. 200 is fine, but I would still look really thin. So, you know, so we'll see how things go. But right now, Arbuckle and I are... How old are you, Arbuckle? You didn't tell me. I thought you were 68. Are you 68, Arbuckle, or 60? You might be younger than I am. I don't know. He doesn't respond. He's not responding. Napoleon Dynamite. That's right. I looked just like him in high school. Oh, I took Ryan and Kath, or I took Ryan and Kimmy to that movie when that came out, and I couldn't stop laughing. And I kept telling both of them, I said, your dad looked just like that in high school, in my graduation. Just like it. And I got home, and I showed them, here's a picture of me right here. And they couldn't believe it, and they laughed. Unbelievable. Arbuckle is silent again. Arbuckle, how old are you? Unbelievable. Well, we're in traffic again. It's the same part of Cincinnati. They've got one bridge going over Cincinnati, the Ohio River. It needs to be a 4-lane bridge. It would take 2 years to build it if they really committed toward it. You got Mitch McConnell, which is just, I mean, I don't want to knock Mitch McConnell too much because he appointed a lot of conservative judges. But what he's doing right now to Trump is really, see, here's the problem with our senators. And I've said this from the very beginning, is that when the initial Constitution was written, your senators were appointed by your state legislators. They were not elected. They were appointed by your state legislators. Therefore, a senator was in office to do the bidding of the state. And if he didn't, he got kicked out. The problem with our senators now is they become, they don't think that they really, they think they're a senator and they don't have to worry about their state. If they were appointed by their state legislator, they'd be a lot more keen to doing what the state wanted them to do. And I'll tell you right now, this country, let me put it this way. If we got rid of the 18th Amendment, which is the worst amendment ever put in there, either it's the 18th or 17th. It's the one that basically you voted for, they switched it from being appointed to voting. I guarantee you this country would be a whole different country if senators were appointed by their legislators. Right now, the Senate would be about 70-30 Democrat. 70% Republican, 30% Democrat. Tell you right now, that's the way it would be. I can't remember if it's the 17th or 18th Amendment that basically you elected and that was all through the Wilson progressive crap that went on. All right, did Arbuckle tell me how old he is? 17? Yeah, 17th Amendment. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, Arbuckle's not telling me how old he is. Very disappointed. All this traffic is to go 75 into Kentucky. It's really crazy how they did this. This is stupid. I mean, real stupid, baby. Stupid is as stupid does. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Lexington, Louisville. Lexington, Louisville. Look at all that paper. See, the problem with Cincinnati, they only have one bridge going over, and it's about 80 years old. They need to put a whole new 8-lane bridge across this river. The problem is they got to put it up. They've got to build it, then open it. They got to build it, then open it, and then tear the old one down. But that is a logical way of doing it, and the government doesn't do anything logical. All right, where is Arbuckle? Is Arbuckle still there? Can everybody send out a SOS to Arbuckle? Arbuckle or Derek, are you not watching this live stream, Derek? I told you, if you want to call me on that phone over there that I'm pointing to. Right there. That phone number is 419-522-1766. Do you understand, Derek? Oh my gosh. His wife needs to just slap him around once in a while. All these factories that have shut down. Well, we're going to be on for a couple more minutes and then I'm going to sign off. I'll do another live stream around 2 o'clock. We got a lot of deals going on. Bryan's bargains are selling out like crazy. All the Bryan's bargains are selling. All the Bryan bargains. We got more of the Scooby-Doo Country Chargers up. Those were sold out, but I found some more sets. And we should have the Firebirds today. Hopefully they show up today. Get those orders out. Rod Rodriguez. Yeehaw, cowboy. There's a snake in my boot. Rod Rodriguez. Man, all these people breaking for no reason. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm in Kentucky now, heading to Florida to see my, I don't know what you want to call him, adopted son, Bryan. He's got liver cancer and he's not expected to live much longer. And so I'm going down there to give him a hug, a kiss, and just be with him. Just be with him. He just needs encouragement right now. He just needs encouragement. Daniel will be doing an auction on Tuesday along with Ryan and McHenry and Xavier. We've got over 100 cars to auction. They're going to auction over 100 cars. Over 100. Make sure you got your money ready, baby. Well, I'm going to sign off, guys. We've been on 2 hours now. That's always a good show, a 2-hour show. I got to get some gas. I got to relieve myself. Oh, that felt good. And we will be back around 2 o'clock. We're going to do another show around 2 o'clock. Don't forget that we got a lot of sales going on right now at Bryan's Bargains. You get some great deals. All the new cars are for pre-sale. And, oh man, that's a potent one. David, what do you think? Oh my gosh. Holy cow, that's toxic. Oh my gosh. David doesn't even know what hit him. He's conked out. Oh my God. Holy cow. He lives in Kentucky. I might be able to get him on my way back. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's pretty hard. Be safe. See you guys.